Quickly, in the report on page 2, the committee mentioned the potential for wave and tidal energy, but no proposal was made in this regard. So I think there's need to look into the area of using tidal and wave energy, particularly as we have a very strong both winds coming from the southern parts of the Atlantic. Secondly, on the issue of renewable energy being described as clean, I think, yes, it's clean in the sense that it doesn't produce emissions, but it's not that it is environmentally friendly. We've just heard how dams on rivers have blocked water going to Lake Chad. They prevent a lot of people who are downstream from benefiting from those rivers. So I think before we start looking at building too many dams on our existing rivers, let lessons from the past be learned, that the environmental impact of building these dams, the consequences should be taken into consideration. And that applies to Mambila, Zungeru, Gurara hydro dams that are being planned. What damage is coming? Biofuel on page 55, particularly from the use of sugarcane. My concern with this proposal is land is going to be used for sugarcane production, for ethanol production as fuel that is clean. But then that is putting land that is used for fuel in competition for land that is used for agriculture and food consumption. The need for policies for regionally appropriate sources of energy. It is easier to transmit electricity than to transmit fuel or gas. So it may be better to consider producing or establishing power generation stations where the gas flares are. This reduces the loss of energy in transmission and the increased risk of vandalization. I suggest also the need for policies to encourage the use of low-energy electrical appliances, low-energy light bulbs. In a study in the UK, they found that if every house was just to use one low-energy light bulb, it will reduce the total amount of energy consumption sufficient enough to close down one coal power station. And lastly, the need, when doing environmental impact assessment, to take the implications seriously. Everything we do has side effects, and these externalities need to be internalized. In other words, the cost of the side effect needs to be added to the cost of the benefit. Now we have petroleum coming from the Niger Delta area, but to benefit from the petroleum, a lot of spillage and pollution is taking place. If in the next 30 to 50 years this petroleum is going to finish, if we do not take seriously the cleaning up of these areas, when will we ever do it? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.